California universities. Hi there, my name is Maria Gurrieva. I'm the founder of StudyAmerica, and we help international students from all over the world get accepted to top US universities. In this video, let's talk about universities in California. The first university in our list is Stanford Junior University, and it's more famous for its name, Stanford University. But it was actually named after Roland Stanford Jr., and this is the full name of this university. And this university is not only located in California, which is sunny and fun, but it is also located pretty close to San Francisco, which is a hub of a lot of companies, and so Stanford helps you out with a lot of connections to them. But also, it is located in the heart of Silicon Valley. And Silicon Valley is the hub of entrepreneurship, also the hub of IT companies, and a lot of startups started here in Silicon Valley. And of course, when you're free of your classes, you can go and visit those companies and see those historical places, those garages where different computers were first invented and all of that. And this location helps a lot of students to get involved into IT, help students get involved into different businesses, start their own business, start a startup. It has a lot of business resources that can help you out with that. It has an entrepreneurial lab, and actually, the entire atmosphere of this university helps people thrive and helps people get the best out of their education and the best out of their potential. And if you're talented and you're at Stanford, you're equipped with all the opportunities that you need, all the resources that you need to really make sense of your life, get to where you want to go. And the university itself has a lot of resources, a lot of money, and it actually has in its structure 7 schools, different schools. And you can study the IT and sciences, you can study arts, and you can study business, and you can study many other things. And you can be very flexible about how you combine them. It has one of the best MBA programs in the country, and of course, because it is so close to the IT world and to the Silicon Valley, you'll find a lot of IT resources in there, and also, of course, a lot of connections. And by the way, Stanford has a lot of financial aid to offer, and even if you study at MBA program, which are not very well sponsored in other schools, at Stanford you can even study for free on your MBA program. And you can study for free on your bachelor's, and you can study for free for your master's, and of course for a PhD. So whatever program you choose, there's plenty of financial aid to offer. And more than 65% of students at Stanford receive financial aid, and the median package is quite generous. It's nearly $60,000 a year. California universities have very, very high ranking, but just as many other universities in the United States, just as all of them, they are very interested in international students, because international students help those universities thrive. International students help them to get out of their background and make their classes more, add more diversity to their classes. And also, those Stanford University and universities at California give financial aid. And if you want to get this extremely prestigious education and actually get accepted to Stanford or other universities in California, please come to my free masterclass, where I talk about all the steps necessary in order to get accepted to the best US universities and get financial aid. We'll talk not about California universities, but to any university in the United States that you want to go to. And I will give you a specific plan of how to reach your goal and also get financial aid. So please do not miss my free masterclass. The link is in the description. The next university in our list is California Institute of Technology, or Caltech. And Caltech is an extremely prestigious university as well. In many global rankings, it's actually #1 university. And of course, if you're into technologies, then Caltech and MIT is probably the university that you must consider, because this university gives a lot of opportunities to explore sciences and explore technology. This university, Caltech, is located just 10 miles away from the center of Los Angeles. It is in Pasadena, and this is a great location because you can enjoy the sun, you can enjoy the ocean, and also enjoy everything that Los Angeles can give you. But it's not only Los Angeles that gives you a lot. Of course, it's Caltech that gives you even more, because Caltech is working in close collaboration with NASA, and if you're interested in exploring Earth or the solar system, the stars and all that exciting things, then you can, of course, take full advantage of its collaboration with NASA. This university is extremely hard to get in, and only the best students, the best applicants with pretty good background in technology and in sciences can get in. And it is extremely competitive, but that doesn't mean that you cannot get in. And even if you don't have enough money, the Caltech has a lot of money to offer. And if you don't have enough income, then the university can cover all your costs, including your tuition and also your cost of living, which means your food and your accommodation can also be covered by a scholarship. And more than 50% of students get financial aid at Caltech, including international students. Another really amazing thing about Caltech is that the alumni of Caltech include 46 Nobel Prize winners. 46 Nobel Prize winners. So this university gives a really good education if you can do that. And besides that, it also has a lot of resources for entrepreneurship. If you're into starting a business, then the university can give you all the tools you need and consult and mentor you in order to make your dream come true. And of course, it's a lot of IT resources, a lot of science resources, a lot of space exploration resources with collaboration with NASA, and just that environment, which a lot of students describe as an amazing environment and the amazing community that they can dream of. The next university on our list is University of Southern California, or USC. It is located in the middle of Los Angeles, in downtown, in the very heart of Los Angeles. And this university is just incredible because it has all this access to Los Angeles. It also has amazing programs. It also has quite nice generous financial aid. And also, one of the things that really excites me about USC is how closely it is to Hollywood. And there's a rival in Los Angeles for USC, which is UCLA. They're even closer to Hollywood, and they're trying to compete with USC. But in some ways, USC is, of course, winning because this is a private university, and it has a lot of money, and it's actually even has a lot of jobs available, and it influences the economics of Los Angeles quite significantly because it says that it actually produces $8 billion a year of revenue to the Los Angeles economy, which is quite interesting. This is a private university, and of course it has all these resources that all that money gives to the university. And USC is what excites me about it, especially is that it's so close to Hollywood and it's so close to cinematography that they have a school of Steven Spielberg. And Steven Spielberg graduated from this university. And they have a school dedicated to him. And they have a lot of connections to Hollywood. And even if you're not into Hollywood, even if you're into sciences, then you will still take advantage of it, I promise you, because they have this very popular class that everybody is taking. Everybody, no matter if you're studying sciences or IT or medicine or whatever, if you're like as far from Hollywood as you possibly can, would you miss a chance to go to a lecture hosted by Leonardo DiCaprio? Probably not. And this is quite common for USC because they invite a lot of directors and they give lectures to students at USC, and also besides giving lectures, they actually invite the premieres to happen at USC before those movies are premiered in the cinemas of Los Angeles and all over the world. And this class is the most popular class at USC, and I wouldn't miss that opportunity ever. Besides this whole cinema thing, this university is extremely prestigious in a lot of fields and extremely good at all these fields that they teach. It has a huge amount of attention to research, and a lot of students are involved in research. It has great medical studies and all kinds of professions that you are interested in medicine. They are taught there on a very, very high level. And of course, a lot of resources, a very good hospital connected to USC is out there, and it provides very, very good services. Besides, they do a lot of inventions in medicine, and they're very, very involved in research of how to cure cancer and to other very important topics in medicine and challenges that people face nowadays. They are extremely, extremely into research in medicine, but not only in curing cancer or anything else, but also in sports medicine, because another thing about USC, and it's kind of connected, is that it is huge in sports. It's huge in sports, and the amount of Olympic winners and Olympic gold medals that USC has is more, if we combine all these medals that USC students got in the Olympic Games, it is more than the Olympic medals that Russia got. By the way, I'm from Russia. And if we count the Russian history and not the Soviet Union history, the amount of medals that Russia got within that amount of time of its history from 1992 is less than the amount of medals that USC got. And this is quite impressive. So those students, they play sports for the USC team, and then the Olympics happen, and they go and they win a medal in the Olympics, and they come back to study, and you can actually read them because you study with them. And also, imagine how huge the sports is in USC, because those Olympic champions still continue to play for USC, and they have crazy games, and all the students gather and actually show it on TV, and everybody is following those games. And of course, this is amazing. It's amazing to be in that atmosphere. It's amazing to have that access to Hollywood actors, to all these Olympic gold medalists, to all these researchers, to all these Nobel Prize winners, to all those people. And USC gives you that opportunity. USC attracts students from more than 130 countries, and the population of international students is 23%, actually 23.8% from the entire population of students at USC. So there are a lot of international students, so you won't be alone. And USC also provides quite nice financial aid, and more than 20% of freshmen get financial aid that covers their expenses to study at USC. Next, we go to public universities. The universities that we discussed before were private universities, and that means that they have much more money and they cost much more, but they provide financial aid. So now we go to public universities, and if you're not a resident of California, then you cannot get financial aid at those universities. But good thing is they're much cheaper. They're much cheaper than private universities. They're pretty much twice cheaper. So if the most regular price for your education at a private university is $60,000 or $70,000 a year, then at public universities you only have to pay about $30,000 a year. And it actually is different among universities, but keep that number in mind. And in California, although they're public, they're also very prestigious. And this is kind of unique because normally private universities take the entire rankings and are extremely prestigious and have all that money for development. And public universities are considered public. They're just there so that they are there. And they're sponsored by the government, and they're not as developed and as amazing as private universities. But in California, it's not really the case, because California is a very rich state. And if we take California away from the United States, it is a very nice country and a very nice economy. And actually, the entire economy of the United States is kind of like dragging it down, because this is a nice and sufficient economy in California. And the first university we talk about is California State University. It is the biggest state university in California, California State University, and it has a lot of campuses. And the campuses are all over the state. It has 23 campuses. So pretty much you look at the map of California and you're like, I want to study here. And there's a campus. So it's all over the place, and you can choose wherever you want to study, and there is California State University there. And because it's such a huge university, it attracts so many people. And it actually has more than 1,800 study programs, academic programs to choose from. Imagine, 1,800 programs, 1,800 programs to choose from. Among the fields of study that you can choose from, more than 240 fields of studying. So this is quite impressive. And they have a lot of research centers, 8 research centers all over the country, and they do a lot of research. And this university, considering everything that we just said, it is also quite open, I would say. It's not as competitive as University of California, as all these private universities that we just talked about. They're extremely competitive. This university, because it's so huge, it has so many places, it is not that hard to get in than other schools with much more limited spaces. So besides, it is not as expensive, and the price for education is different in different cities. For example, in San Francisco, it's $29,000 a year. In Los Angeles, it's $30,000 a year, and in San Diego, it's $42,000 a year. So they're still around 50, but they are a little bit different. So pay attention to this university. The big thing that I want to note about it is that it's everywhere. You can just choose where you want to live, and also it is much easier to get in than other schools that we talk about in this video. The next and final university in our list, and actually a whole system of colleges, just the same as with California State University, is University of California, or UC. And they have campuses also all over California. They have 9 campuses, and the most famous campuses are UC Berkeley, which is so prestigious, that is up there, sometimes competing with Ivy League schools. And also quite popular is UCLA, University of California, Los Angeles, which I kind of mentioned when I talked about UC. It is considered their heaviest rival, and you can choose which one you want to apply, and actually you can apply to everything just with one click. You can just fill one application and apply everywhere. And they are still going to all consider it, and you have one application to apply to all 9 colleges. At the same time, these universities in the entire UC is a brand name. And what is extremely surprising about UC is that it's a public system. It's public universities. At the same time, they're so prestigious because they have their sources. And UC Berkeley is extremely nice for those who want to study IT. I had a student who applied for NYU and UC Berkeley, and NYU gave her a full scholarship. And UC Berkeley, although of course it's much cheaper than private universities, but it didn't give her anything. And then she chose to go to University of California, Berkeley, because it is much more prestigious and it's much better in terms of IT. Of course, it has a lot of fields of studying, including business and management and psychology and IT, and governmental studies, and also all kinds of sciences, including biology and medicine. It has everything you can think of. It has students from more than 100 countries, but what is an extremely impressive number for me is that it has 62 Nobel Prize winners. 62 Nobel Prize winners among its alumni, which is crazy. 62 Nobel Prize winners. Everything that you get at this university, the price is quite nice. And so, of course, definitely consider University of California. It is quite competitive. It is not as easy to get in as California State University, but it's worth it. It's worth trying because this university is amazing. And if you want to study in any of those schools please come to my free masterclass where I will tell you how to get into the top university on your list, how to get to the university of your dream, and actually get financial aid there, and preferably study there for free. I will give you the exact plan, step-by-step plan, to make your dream come true. So these were universities of California, and if you like this video, please press the like button and subscribe to my channel. There are a lot of very useful videos about applying to the United States. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on my next videos. Bye-bye!